side, and the bans have already come out. It's Jace, Corky, and Elise. Whereas on the side of Full Lewis, it's Trash, Zed, and Shen. So no Teemo ban this game, like the Reddit community was kind of flaring up on, and we may see the Teemo pick coming out for Singapore Sentinels.
Yeah, so this is going to be fun. I mean, it's just always...
Has been.
Yeah, it has been. They have been really looking forward to playing this Teemo. I remember the whole of last season, Chowie always hover over Teemo, and then he wouldn't pick it.
Never picks it.
He would never pick it. And then the last one, he'd be like, yes, okay, now this season, finally that Teemo pick up.
Yeah, and here on your screen, we actually have Ben W, the top laner for the Singapore Sentinels.
Yep, he's going to be running probably the Renekton anyway, so he locked in exactly what he wanted. Looks like they want to get Fiora though, and I don't know how Fiora kind of matches up against a Renekton. Yeah, it's probably a troll. And then they go for the Annie support. Now, the Annie support is really vital because it's taking away from Kailing, something he's been very comfortable with within this split so far. And it's just replying kind with Hallelujah, going for the Aatrox, and Gragas going for the Gragas. Cryonic is going for the Gragas, right? Yes. Gragas going for the Gragas?
Yes, you said Gragas going for Gragas.
Man, well, they're both quite big size, so I assumed. Well, no. So no, Cryonic went for the Gragas. Yeah. He's actually quite a good size dude. So with that, it's like they just picked all the champions that they want, reminiscent of solo queue. And this is what Full Lewis is responding by trying to hold on to that Teemo.
I don't think they're going to pick it though. I still think they're just going to give SGS that Teemo pick. Unless they do, which will be a very interesting pick because we will finally get to see Chowie playing something else this GPL other than, of course, yesterday where he played, I think it was, no geez, I can't remember.
Graves, it was Graves.
Oh yes, it was Graves pick.
Yep. And so with Varus though, that's also taking away something that Chowie has also been very comfortable with playing. In the end, got trolled again, and they picked Shyvana.
Which we saw Westdoor use very well. And again, insta-locking that Teemo. And on your screen just now, we had Hallelujah, now Cryonics, and then we'll probably pan over to Chowie and Kailing later on. So
hashtag get that Teemo, man. You got to insta-lock it. You had to insta-lock it.
Yeah,
Chowie's
so
a beast.
Completely different from last season, as you said. Hovering over Teemo, never picking it. This season, who cares?
Insta-lock.
Insta-lock.
So they're going to go for that AP Teemo again. We were seeing some of the builds, right? He goes for the Haunting Guys. Very high magic shred. And also going in for
the Sorcerer's Shoes into the Lich Bane.
The Lich Bane.
And the Death Cap, of course.
Yeah, Death Cap with the Liandry, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
That's right. Upgrading for the Liandry as well.
So really, really nice. They still go for the Varus, and I think Neo IFL really wants that. Just because it will give them actually the poke power they need against a team that has really strong engage. Once you have Renekton, you have Aatrox, even the Gragas with the Exploding Cast can ensure like really big amounts of damage. I don't know whether the Kale pick might be so good in the laning phase against Gragas because Gragas is going to push real hard.
Yeah, and let's just see how they actually move into the lane because I actually expect a lane swap coming in from Full Lewis just because we have Teemo in as so-called the pseudo AD carry in the AD carry position, but definitely not going to be playing AD. So the blind itself is going to be a huge detriment against when laning against him.
Right. Even against Kale also it can be a bit of a hindrance when you're fighting against because she's auto attack reliant. In fact, I'm really liking the idea of the Teemo now. Just looking at all the champions that is on the side of Full Lewis. I mean, Kale's auto attacks. Now, Varus, the good thing is that he still has nukes to back him up in case he's blinded. But Shyvana also another one who needs to get those auto attacks in just to get the skills back to full speed and maximum damage.
Thank goodness the Runan's Hurricane will not be able to proc the blind.
Yes, thank goodness. I don't
imagine if that happens. Lee Sin is already blind. And then if you blind off Varus, Shyvana, and
Mega Blind.
Yeah, it's just, you know, a full blind team.
Yeah. So this will be SGS playing their 4th game of this week, and they will be sitting on the side of the blue team, while Full Lewis from the Neolution Esports group, they'll be playing on the purple side. Now the mid, it looks like it's going to be mid lane. What is that going to be? No.
Lolita's going to play top lane Shyvana, and Shin is going to be in the mid lane.
Kill. I don't know why I'm seeing differently. All of a sudden my eyes all over the place.
You just glazed over because Teemo kind of blinded you right
Teemo. The Teemo pick, I mean, this is my... I've been watching the games that Chowie has played Teemo, and that's my first time actually casting it. This is going to be real fun. I'm so excited. And plus, he picked my favorite Teemo skin, the one where it puts the batang.
Yeah, I don't think we have Panda Teemo in our servers though.
I think we do.
Maybe we do. I have not seen Panda Teemo just yet. And yes, the batang.
The batang, yeah.
Yeah. But the fact that Gragas is a comfortable pick onto Cryonics is gonna be very strong. And I just got word that this game is going to be remade with the same picks and bans. Yes, confirm the same picks and bans. So we will still see Teemo in this game. And do not be, for all the viewers out there, if you're worried that we may not see Teemo anymore and you thought it was a complete troll pick and that SGS just wanted to remake the game because they picked Teemo, no. Teemo will be in the game. And but now it depends on what skin Chowie chooses.
Chowie, please go Panda Teemo.
Panda.
In fact, they're making the game right now. It's just going to be a very quick champ select. Once that's done, we'll go right into it. Now, comp-wise, going into the late game though, I feel that SGS might have a weaker late game. It's not necessarily the best, especially if you have an opponent Kale. Now, Kale scales extremely well once you hit 6 items. They have the
intervention itself.
Intervention.
Wow, it's going to be...
Yeah, it's tough because you can't cheese anyone off, and late game it's about getting that one cheese off and just snowballing it out.
Yes.
Shyvana gets really beast late game as well. The only one that drops off is truly just Lee Sin. And AP Teemo doesn't always have that best scaling to late game because your consistent damage will not always be there anymore.
Yeah, and however the map control coming in from Teemo and his Noxious Traps will always be there. Assuming they don't get an early oracles and just sweep
it's just about the global taunts that Teemo gives, and once you have that, then it's all good.
Yeah. Definitely.
Fiddlesticks as well doesn't, because you don't have all the item advantage, you don't get it built up.
The fear, however, will not scale off at all. That 3-second CC is going to be very scary.
That's good. Renekton as well, his tankiness and his damage he deals will fall off once resistances are being built up.
Yes.
Dominance won't have that big of an effect. So SGS, but I've known SGS to be a team who likes to play those early to mid game comps and they know how to close out.
Yes.
One thing which separates, I think, the better teams from the, well, less better teams in the GPL is the ability to actually close out games.
I agree, and I need to say something because I've been one of the biggest fans of SGS ever since their formations, and I have been disappointed, sorely disappointed.
Fanboy.
Yeah, fanboy. But I've been sorely disappointed by the rotations in their games because I've seen them make some very good plays, especially with Hallelujah coming to gank in the lane. But of late, I don't see extremely good rotations coming from SGS itself.
Okay, so later we'll have an OB pause of 1 minute first.
Yeah, and the reason we have the OB pause for 1 minute, if anyone is actually wondering, is because we have SGS playing in the Garena Stadium itself. So whenever SGS have any matches in the GPL, feel free to come into the Garena Stadium and support your favorite Singaporean team.
Yeah, and your favorite Singaporean casters as well.
Yes, and the casters as well.
And the casters.
Oh, don't be so sad.
I mean...
And then you have one of the biggest fan groups, please.
Of what? Of Teemos?
Of
my Teemo army.
The horde of girls that chase after you. I heard the rumors, Elliot.
I've heard they're called rumors. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the game now.
Hit spacebar.
P.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, P.
Aha, and we're gonna stop here for a while and wait for a good minute before we continue on. This is going to be really interesting. I paused the game so we can actually scout around and see what's going on.
Yeah, let's just look at how fast they actually bought their items and who actually wins in this early level 1 race. Because I see actually Aatrox already passed the turret and, you know, Lee Sin here just jogging.
I love this. It looks like slow-mo. I love this slow-mo.
Prom Queen Annie.
Why is Annie's face so evil?
Yeah.
Goodness. Okay.
Isn't she the dark child?
She is. Oh yeah, she is. That mascara a bit too heavy. Surprise Pie Fiddlesticks is going to be really fun as well. Don't like this Renekton skin. It's okay. It's not bad. And Esquire Gragas. That looks a lot like me. I like it. So yeah, we'll just hit buy time until the minute mark, and with the minute mark, we will continue the game. All right, let's go. Boom. Oh, why did I press the jump to live? Okay. Anyway. P. Here we go. On the blue side, SGS versus Neolution Esports Full Lewis.
Yes, that's a mouthful. Can we just call them Full Lewis?
We'll call them Full Lewis. While the Singapore Sentinels, they're going on the mid lane. They do have actually a level 1 advantage, in my opinion, because once you have someone like Aatrox who pumps Darkflight anyway, regardless, this patch we're playing on is 3.13. So what you're getting is the nerf in the attack speed buff.
No, I think it's 1-1 because it's we are playing on the Taiwan tournament realm for this one.
Oh, this is the Taiwan tournament realm.
Yeah.
Yes. You could.
So
you are
3.11.
3.11. Right, this is the 3.11 patch. So, sorry, because we have a lot of servers and a lot of shifting up now,
Yeah.
it gets pretty confusing from time to time. Split server
It's okay, no
problems.
matter. Teemo's in the game, and you're happy.
That's why I'm so euphoric right now. The endorphins have taken over my mind, and I forgot about what patch we were on. Hallelujah, popping the Dark Fly, obviously, just for the level 1 gangs. Full Lewis as well, coming along the round side.
Yeah, but if they actually go in for this red invade, this ward is definitely going to spot
yeah, it's
them
definitely spot now. And that's why I like MES just knows this like basic map mechanics of that if you're going to go for the red, make sure you block yours out. It's going to be really, really easy. Oh, and they try to spot that one out. Put that deep red ward, the green ward. It's like I went colorblind for a moment and just called. They had the Shin. The exhaust comes out, but the ignite takes off, and Renekton picks up the first one. Ben W gonna have a significant amount of advantage in the top lane because he has to back anyway.
And SGS just using that man advantage to just brute force their way into the jungle, and they are most likely going to pick up this blue buff uncontested.
Very easy. And Ben W, I think they're going to go for the lane swap here. They're sending Chawi to the top. Hallelujah gonna pick up the blue buff by with the help of Ben W and Kai Ling. This is a great position to be in. Ben W returning back to base. Oh, I think they're sending Teemo back to bottom, so it was a bit of a, they were like wondering, okay, who's gonna go where, and they want to go for the 2v1 apparently.
Yeah.
So they're choosing the 2v1 rather than anything else. So that's very interesting, very interesting.
I was actually hoping to see Renekton up against Shyvana in the top lane once again, because we saw Shyvana just wreck face on Renekton, and that could be because of the early game aggression coming in from the previous game. So a little bit disappointing we don't see the Shyvana Renekton matchup once more, but this is definitely going to be interesting again. And we actually here have the lane swap being done, and we have some action coming in the jungle itself, because we have SOFM trying to counter jungle the blue buff, and I think he actually manages to pick up the SGS's blue buff.
Yep, and he even went maximum disrespect and left one of the baby lizards there. So offensive.
So offensive, so rude.
So rude plays. And Ben W as well, getting that early harass on. So he's going to be caught in this bad position of going up against both Violet and Mew. Now these guys, of course, with the extra attack speed buff that comes in from Varus. Oh, Hallelujah going really, really low. Here's SOFM with the man plays. Shin coming back in, and Kylie forced to burn the flash. A very nice use of the Dark Wind. Cryonics coming back in for the counter attack. It's 3-on-2, but Shin is proving to be Superman mode. Safeguarding the ward. Teemo coming for the saves ban, and Cryonics gets that kill. I mean, he goes down, but Chawi picks up a kill. Double buff to Teemo. GG.
Yeah.
Oh, flashing across the wall like a man, going for the auto attacks. The slow from Reckoning will take off some damage and peel him off. Oh, man.
Wow, crazy fight coming in the jungle there.
That was really nice plays all around. Cryonics had to be the body bait sacrifice, but as far as we're concerned, I think Chawi getting that kill is really important. Chawi is one of those mechanical gods, they say mechanical gods.
Yes, mechanical gods.
When you give him Teemo.
But that is why I don't like him on Teemo. It doesn't allow him to make that extreme amount of plays that he can actually do on other AD carries.
Oh, but maybe because other people don't play Teemo as well as him. Yeah. So I'm just waiting for the moment he shows everyone some sick flashes and
Teemo highlight reels.
Teemo highlight reel. End of my GPL season, I'm making a Teemo highlight reel.
Okay.
For Chawi.
Chawi's Teemo highlight reel.
Look at that, already double buff Teemo. Now the good thing I like about the double buff Teemo in all seriousness though is that it's really hard to get him out of your face.
Wow.
He already has the move quick, so he's sprinting at you, plus he can just spam blind darts with like maximum disrespect. It's gonna be awesome. All day, every day.
Lolita wants to come in for the last hit. Blinding dart.
Blinding dart. That's how irritating it can be. And Kyling here doesn't even need to babysit him because of that. Simply because it's a 2-on-1 lane.
Yeah, and I'm definitely going to expect that roam coming in from Kyling soon, especially.
Oh my goodness, this is mad. He went all the way. Ben W getting exhausted. Hallelujah, waiting to go in. He gets onto Violet, but a bit too late. And now, oh my goodness, a double kill coming in for Mew. Not necessarily the best place to channel the goals, but money in the bank is money in the bank.
Yeah, and that aggression coming in from Ben W is very questionable. He knew that Hallelujah was coming up, but the counter game from SOFM really snowballed that fight into their favor. They trade 2 for nothing, and this really is going to help the bottom lane of Neolution Full.
Cryonics going in for the body slam. Kyling roaming into mid, as you said, stopping the auto attack that minion.
Doesn't want to use the fear just yet. And
no, not yet, not yet.
From that counter gang in the top lane, we actually have Neolution Full Lewis taking the first turret in under 6 minutes.
Yep, that's right. And here we go. Ben W getting a bit more leeway to farm now that the turret is down. But it also is going to allow for Neolution to actually just swap back into a 2-on-2 lane. And Ben W is going to have a hard time going up against a Shyvana that at least has levels.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And he has
experience advantage.
Even Shyvana has slightly more CS.
Hallelujah coming in from the side. Is he going to get the Dark Flight down? Gets the slow burst from the Blades of Torment.
Shin still has that flash though. It's not planning to use it because you know that Shin knows just, you know,
the Dark Flight was still
not gonna waste my flash.
That's actually a really good thing to do. I mean, it's very cautious and I like it. I like it. He knew he was in a bad position. He already lost that fight. Not going to waste stuff. SOFM though has been really pressurizing the map very well. It's 6 minutes and 3 kills, all of which he has contributed. No, he's contributed 2 of them. And I can really appreciate how good Lee Sin's abuse that early game damage.
Yeah, Lee Sin is able to just jump around with his Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike as well as the Safeguard. So we saw earlier he went in for the blue invade and immediately just rotated to red, and then finally the action in the top lane really snowballed SOFM to be able to get those early ganks in.
Right, and SOFM's items, he went for the double doors. Lolita going very low, but on the converse end of the map, Neolution pick up the Dragon. This puts them at a nice 1.3k goal lead. And that's just, well, really stuck in the bad position. They get the knockup onto Lolita. Ben W picks it up. Doesn't matter. I think Hallelujah will survive regardless because of that blood well. He burns a big passive though.
Definitely, and that was a very good gang. I mean, Lolita cut stayed a little bit too long there. And a very good Dark Flight coming in from Hallelujah, tanking the turret, soaking up some damage, allowing Ben W to stay in the lane and continue farming and put some pressure on that turret. So very good gang overall.
Oh, and then destroying the rice dumpling and money in the bank. I think in this factory,
10 gold.
It's worth 10 gold.
That's right, 10 gold for the dumpling.
Is it 10 or 5?
I think it's 10.
10 gold? Okay, 10 gold. You will know it better. And here Shin getting out that blue buff and Cryonics trying to go for the steals. He's just waiting for it. They get the reset off and Chow with the double golems. It's going to be a pretty still game so far for them because they actually all need to farm up these items. SGS is a team that can't just rely on auto experience scaling.
Yeah, and look at the items that Hallelujah has gotten. They are camping and ready to actually get this blue buff.
This is going to be a big one. 3-on-3. Missing out the barrel. SOFM from the side, getting a major kick, and Mew picking that kill up. A wasted ultimate from Violet, but still, SOFM, man, he's showing to be the man. He's the man.
Yeah, definitely. And SOFM just being pinpoint. He's gonna tag Hallelujah the whole game, and he's been following Hallelujah to the T. Very strong.
Very strong.
And you don't want a Lee Sin to get a hit in the early game at all.
Yeah, you definitely don't want it. Right now, it's already sitting at 1-1-2 with the double Doran's Blade. I love it. While Aatrox, on the hand, doesn't really scale. I mean, he needs items to scale up. Triple Doran's is actually setting himself further behind. He's trying his best to get those ganks back in though. Cryonics dropping low, gets hit by the Tempest. Throwing SOFM in, a very nice combo. But Divine Intervention will be a boss lifesaver. Hallelujah needs to follow up. Let's see if the Blades of Torment available. No, he has to retreat. Shin getting in with the flash. Gets a kill off.
Picks up the kill on Cryonics, and now it's turning its attention to Hallelujah. And will the Resonating Strike and will the Sonic Wave actually hit? And Hallelujah goes back, doesn't have the Bloodwell passive, and Ben W coming in with the dominance to try to pick up some kills. The Flash Spear allows Kyling to pick up the kill on SOFM, picking up the red buff.
Wow, that was extremely messy on their part, especially because they had a lot of deep behind the turret action. But somehow, Full Lewis was super ready to do that one, and they juggled the turret pressure just absolutely well. Mew hitting tons of damage, getting ready for the stun, flashing away. Teemo plays. Teemo plays. And,
very good reflexes.
Will Kyling come in with anything? No, he's going to try to come from the side, not be able to drop any sort of like CC or even the Dark Wave for the harass. But Violet and Mew will be happy with that one, burning at least one flash for a support. Still, mini victories all around. Not that impressive, but still, Chawi survives to fight another day.
Yeah, and Neolution flew Lewis in those few skirmishes as well as that tower advantage and the dragon advantage pulls the goal ahead to about 2,000 gold. So they will be happy to take any lead, and it's now on SGS to actually make some plays. And the plays they've been making have been heavily countered by SOFM, and SOFM has been doing a spectacular job.
It is not easy for them right now because Aatrox, with that superior jungle ganks, has actually been outplayed every single turn, like you were mentioning, by SOFM. That leads. Oh, and Kylie here gets caught out by a nice Sonic Wave. Kylie's got easily eaten up, and Shin dropping real low, but that exploding cast just separates him too far away. Mew's coming back in, double kill for SOFM. Cryo's in trouble, gets hit by the stun. SOFM with the plays. Ben W coming back in, gets exhausted. Mew, this is an amazing support and jungle combo with Shyvana coming by the side. Violet gets the ultimate and picks that one up. Ben W forces slice and dice away. Not good enough, says Mew, and support going 4-0-1. This day has been not going so good for SGS.
Yeah, SGS loses in that trade. 2 for 1 in favor of Neolution Full Lewis, and they pick up the middle inner outer turret for this, and they just may push for the inner turret as well. This is going to be very scary, and SGS definitely has to worry here. Hallelujah trying to go in. The Crow Storm coming in from Kailing. Managed to pick up SOFM. Hallelujah still has that Blood Whale passive. Mew takes a hit at the turret, and will they continue chasing? It seems that they decide to back off. SGS happy with that 1 kill, protects the inner turret, and forces Neolution Full Lewis to back off.
Not enough DPS, and that's exactly why they had to back out. Chowie, though, has been farming the entire game, and we've seen games, I mean, even at the regionals this year, to be precise, but last season, he can farm the whole game by himself and then carry them to victory. So it can still be the Chowie show if they want it to be. But so far, the rest of SGS has been lacking behind in terms of that skill and coordination. SOFM is a beast. I must say, he is a beast this game, abusing the Illicit and Mew 4-0-1. Like I said, not the best way to channel your goals, but still, money is money, and that is going to translate into maybe getting some AP items pre-season for support style right here.
Or Season 3, Vision is power.
Vision is power.
If he can litter the map with wards, but SGS is going to have an extremely hard time trying to actually catch out any rotations. And conversely, SOFM can easily pick them off with the Dragon's Rage as well.
So now, one thing is... I love this map. Look at that.
Violet's going to step on one.
4 global taunts. 4 global taunts. And boom! No!
Whoa! Oh, he actually missed every single.
Mew gets hit by one of them. Yeah. Not enough damage though. And but this will alert SGS that the dragon has been started. The rest of them are going in. Hallelujah! I don't think you want to be part of this. And from the side, yes, looks like Lee Sin will get the second dragon of the game. NFL playing a completely different team today. They've been on the ball with their lane ganks, their rotations, and this is so good for them right now.
Yeah, definitely. And Neolution, Full Lewis, and SGS, I think, are tied in the same score as well, or at least very close. I know they are in their standings itself. Very close.
He just looks like Mew was hungry and ate all of the. Oh no, missing 1 or 2. Yeah, not that hungry, slightly famished, I would say.
Yes, famished. But at this moment, Chowie on Teemo doesn't have the AP for the Noxious Traps to deal significant amount of damage and chunk their health away. So the traps, you know, Mew's not really going to care too much about them.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal, especially since I love the fact that Annie has inbuilt magic resist boosters coming in from the motion field.
Yeah.
That was a lot. Oh, looks like Mew gets a call out position. Hallelujah against Chain Stun into Bloodwell. Shut down goal for Chowie. You know that he's gonna love that one. Shin dropping very low as well. And a nice final exploding cast, missing the body blow. And coming in, Hallelujah tries to secure the one, but a triple kill for the Teemo. Man.
Oh, you are a very happy man today.
I am well, not just me. Chowie here is showing the world that Teemo is power.
You know how
not Vision,
you know
Teemo.
How Teemo always smiles?
Yeah, that smile. That smile. That smile. If only you could see my face now, you would have no idea. I feel like just painting my face like a badger, alright? To show how much I love this moment. And Chowie here gets the blue buff as well. He is going to be that one-man split push army. Let's see how much money is in the bank for him. 1,007. He's beating the Sentinels with a 6k goal lead, and everyone else is falling about 4k. That's a lot of money just in Chowie's bank. And not to mention he got, I think, 2 shutdowns in that fight. That was 1,000 goal, bam, smam, all the way in Teemo's pants.
All the way into Teemo's pants.
All the way.
And he's going to get the Twin Shadows next. And yes, he does pick up the Twin Shadows, which has been his build so far.
Yeah, he loves this build. Of course, he might go for the Rabadon's Death Cap and the Lich Bane afterwards. But right now, he's going to be that beastly little killing machine. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Adorable but deadly.
Adorable but deadly.
That's why it's AD, right? AD carry.
Adorable but deadly. Okay, now I know why Chowie picks Teemo for AD carry.
He's AD carry, the adorable but deadly carry. Yes. So Chowie here getting his game on with Kyling as well. I mean, these guys have actually been supporting Chowie, even though it looks like he's been soloing the entire time. When they see 3 men at the bottom, it's usually a guys, got paging for everyone, gotta protect Chowie.
Yeah, please protect Chowie.
Yep, that's their game plan so far, and I don't blame them because he's showing exactly why he's renowned and has his own highlight reel.
Yeah. Chowie and his highlight reel.
Yeah. So he's gonna self-push this turret up by himself. He can actually use for the camouflage. One thing I like sometimes Chowie does as well is that he can go into camouflage mode and then suddenly get 40%.
Yeah, and just kill the turret immediately.
Oh, here we go. Shin going very low. They get a nice gank on top of that. A triple stun though. Mew is looking really good, and a follow-up with a nice Dragon's Rage. Oh yeah, Dragon's Rage was just amazing. Chowie coming from the side. Kyling gets hit by the Sonic Wave. A Fear drops on him as well. Not enough. Will that poison take him off? Nope, not. Just he didn't max out Nick, so nay. But Chowie gets a Wraith in response. So they trade 2 champions for Shin and a Wraith. I don't think that's the best one.
Yeah, because Violet is pushing in the bottom lane as well. So they actually get a turret of that fight with Violet in the split push, and Chowie doesn't seem to be able to get that top turret just yet. So
not by himself at least. And Kylie here playing on very dangerous water. He's channeling up his recall, but he's standing right. He's standing right in the safe wall, so that's okay.
Yeah, and Violet on top of the bot lane in the turret that he has picked up. He has also taken away the red buff on the side of
coming in the
SGS.
sides. Look at his items. SOFM is already beastly. He has Spirit of the Ancient Golem, the Boots of Lily, the Sight Stone, and the Double Door. This is a really great advantage for him to be at. Look at that, 5.9k gold. He is a very happy jungler. Compared to Aatrox, that's only 4.5. Really a weird position to be in. Once again, I'm going to rearrange this for effect.
Yeah, and I really like what Neolution Fluis is doing this game. They are taking the advantages where they can, and they know when to back off.
Right, but a few of the back catches from our positions coming from Neolution Fluis as well. Like we saw Shin get caught out of position earlier on. The thing is that SOFM, he still has the advantage with items, so that's making him at least stand apart and getting that cheese kills. Of course, Mew as well. That 3-man stun earlier on was just phenomenal.
Yeah, and into the knockout from Dragon's Rage, also a 3-man, that was fantastic. And finally, Singapore Sentinels take their second turret of the game, Chowie pushing down that top lane, outer turret.
Really good use. He has the Twin Shadows on cooldown, so can't play that risky. Once he's back up though, you know it's go time for the Teemo man. And looks like the Dragons love Batang. He just took one to the face.
Yeah. And it seems that they want to actually go in for this mid lane, whereas Violet is just happily split pushing in the bot lane.
This is going to be a bit out of position. The ward will spot them out, so Kai Ling here knows that he's got to go and pick up some monies. Alright.
So very good warding coming on the side of Cool Lewis, and this allows Violet to be safe and just do that split push.
I'm so excited. He's finally got the Liandry's Torment. This means he just upgraded his rice dumplings into rice dumplings of death.
Spicy rice dumplings.
Spicy, yeah. It's
because it burns.
Ooh, someone gave me some aloe vera for that one. That was too hot a joke. And Chowie coming from the side. They get a ward down. They'll spot him out. SOFM trying to go for a resonating Sonic Wave. My bad. It's going to be a 5. It's going to be a 5-man collapse on this dragon. It's a fight to the death. I expect bloodshed. Going in for a 4-man knockup. What are you doing, Hallelujah? That's an amazing play. You dropping extreme low. Hallelujah with the Bloodwell from the side. Chowie dropping. Lolita still playing on the outskirts, trying to catch him. But Shin dreading Hallelujah for the double kill. This is not looking for the Sentinels. Lolita gets just away from a sliver of health.
And they survive with all members still alive.
Oh my goodness, Chowie for the flash kill onto SOFM and a double kill in the process. Still hashtag worth because he's Teemo for shutdown.
Yeah, I don't think the fight is over just yet. Cryonics, we may actually see Cryonics try to come in and chase them away from the dragon because Lolita and Mew are very low, but Violet is tanking up the dragon, and let's see whether Cryonics does anything. So he's trying to steal the dragon with that barrel, and I don't think they are going to just give Cryonics that dragon.
Oh, and Cryonics with the double barrel. What a play. What a play. He knew, I mean, they did have smite, so the big burst is actually going to be from Cryonics himself. just a really nice use of the timing and understanding of how his cooldowns will work.
Yes. Very good play.
Very
but
nice play.
I would have to say Neolution Full Lewis would still take that fight because they basically just destroyed SGS in that team fight.
I mean, Hallelujah is really so weak right now. He doesn't have the itemization to stand up against. He got the 4-man knockup. I mean,
into the Crowstorm.
Into the Crowstorm. What more could they have asked for? It's a very clear cut that items-wise, these guys are down. So they needed that Dragon money, and Cryonics really pulled one for the team there.
Definitely.
Hallelujah, though, he has at least some tenacity. They get the fear, but not the knockup from Hallelujah's Dark Flight. A bit of a pity there, but still better than nothing. My goodness, this has been one charge-up game. We saw Neolution being extremely aggressive early on, but now it's kind of slowed down a bit, and it's just Chowie trying his best to put his team on his back.
Yeah, but the thing is that Neolution is definitely going to come out from that fight at least that much more confident. Like you said, Hallelujah got the Dark Flight and the knockup into 4 people, into the Crowstorm as well from Kailing, and they still won that fight.
Yeah.
Great positioning, great kiting coming out from Neolution Full Lewis, and they would definitely come out and seek for fights after that victory.
And you know, right now Annie is super duper rich. She's at 5.7k. She has shut down on Chowie just now. That gave her free money to pick up this Oracle, and that's when Teemo is saddest, because you take away his source of income, which is his well, traditionally it's his shrooms that he sells, but now it's the Bachang. So this is actually a really it's going to help hinder them in terms of map control, and what they need of, especially if they're behind, is that map control.
Definitely.
Yeah. They need to make it like force kicks.
Yeah. And like I said, Neolution Full Lewis are definitely going to look out for the fight, and they want to push this middle inner turret at this point of time.
Cryonics, they have to defend this, and one thing which I team is lacking, or rather it's not going to be the best, is that Cryonics is the only one with the wave clear, while Violet and the rest kind of just poke from the side. Oh my goodness, while Teemo appears. My camera went crazy because of that. They're going to try their best to replicate what they did earlier on. SGS hopes that they can do this. Now that, I mean, BenW has the Sunfire cape up as well, it might help just a bit more.
Yeah. I really hope SGS actually gets the vision control back, because that is what they need at the moment. And if they can pull off another good engage by Hallelujah into a great, you know, exploding cast, and if BenW can just, you know, use the full channel on his Dominus, they could turn the fight in their favor. But at this point of time, the item disparity, especially on the side of Neolution Full Lewis, there are so many big items.
Yeah, let's just compare what they have. Shyvana with the additional Spirit Visage, that beats out Renekton quite a bit. Of course, don't talk about Lee Sin and Aatrox
because of the side stone, but then side stone. Oh, and the engage actually comes in.
Hallelujah picks up that early kill. He has the blood well once again, goes down into that form. Cryonics with the big burst edge, misses the body slam. Lots of that slippery SOFM magic coming out. They go 1 for 0. So this is still a small victory, but this turret might go down. No more ultimates left. What can they do?
What can they do?
And Divine Intervention is still up, so they can actually afford to go for this dive. BenW from the side, waiting to go in. Trying to go for the flash, gets hit by the stun instead. Violet gets hit by a knockup. Not the best position to get. SOFM going to the side, get a Tempest cripple. Hallelujah picks up another kill. This is good. He needs the money in the banks. He needs it. Violet getting hit down by the Blaze of Torment, followed by the Dark Flight.
Oh, and doesn't get a kill, and Mew actually gets a stun out, being able to stun BenW, and the barrel comes in and takes out the kill onto Mew. So very, very good fight. Like I said, if SGS manages to get that fight that they wanted, and that was the fight they wanted, no one died on the side of SGS, and they take the 3-4-0 exchange.
Even the follow-up there, Violet there was at a very bad position, and that actually gave them the confidence to follow up and go for the 2 more kills.
Yeah, and Divine Intervention was still up because Shin just got destroyed in that fight.
Bam, melts. Once you get that chain CC coming from Cryonics and BenW, it's more than enough. In fact, you're talking about the 3-second fear, that can actually be a big problem. SOFM getting that safeguard in, but not following up with no damn Sonic Waves. Not the best position to be in, but look at that. Hallelujah actually being able to buy items now. So this is looking slightly better. 468 is to 448 by Lee Sin, and the CS is about the same. He caught back up.
Yeah, he caught back up. great plays coming in.
Great plays. Oh, great plays. Yeah. That's the power of spectator mode. You know, camera powers.
Yeah. Anyway, SGS officially back into the game.
Well, I wouldn't say they're completely back in the game because still we have to take into account that it's only 25 minutes and the goal disparity is still in advantage. 3,000 in fact on the side of Neolution. Turrets wise, Neolution's also rushing down that mid lane and it's possible to get that 5th one out. Getting a little stun, a little harass damage in for the guys.
Yeah, and look at the Noxious Traps. One Noxious Traps takes Violet almost down to half health, and that is definitely gonna hurt.
It is definitely gonna hurt. And they might be swinging for this dragon that's gonna come in the next second or so. Yeah, here we go. It respawns and SOFM and Gang gonna start. So Violet's dropping extremely low though, so if SGS decides to collab on this one, it could spell trouble. But nope, looks like it's going to go down too fast. It's damage-wise, they've got this and gonna trade for a turret instead.
Yeah, but will Neolution Fulu's actually manage to collapse onto this, and Hallelujah getting caught out there, being able to take the turret and sacrificing his life for the turret.
His life for team money, not that bad. Step onto that Bachang, Lolita goes really low. Mew takes a hit from the barrel roll, just some little harass going up and down. Nothing too significant. Chawi though, still getting like bombs of cash in his wallet, and he gets the Zonia's Hourglass to protect his own Heine. Going in for the stun? No, looks like Ben W will stop there, get a bit more poke out from Shin. And this is looking a bit of a stalemate for both sides, neither of them wanting to blink first.
Yeah, and I don't think at this point of time SGS wants to look for any fights because the fight in the mid lane was just so close, so risky, and they were lucky to actually get away from that with all the kills.
They were.
And what they need to do now is actually take the objectives, rotate as well as possible as they can, because I haven't seen amazing rotations coming from SGS, but if they can prove me wrong this game, which I hope they do, they are definitely going to take even more advantages.
Yeah, it's just really difficult at the moment because vision control Mew is doing a spectacular job just getting that vision under the side of Fuluis. They need it more than anyone else right now because we saw what happened earlier on. SOFM was the playmaker getting those fights to begin out of nowhere. But now that we hit the 28-minute mark, we're seeing SOFM, like, you know, he's starting to peak off. So damage-wise, not going to be as good. His impact of the game will be reduced slightly. Aatrox on the hand is one of those junglers that if he gets some money in the bank, some dough in his pocket, he can actually get really, really strong as a carry type jungler.
Yeah, and how irritating will it be on the side of SGS to have 2 Ruby side stones for Fuluis? They can just plant wards as many times as they want.
Yeah, it'll be raining water wards. Yes, raining like water.
Raining like water.
Yeah, like, well, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Mew here. So I just love how they protect Mew though. Like vision control is something the whole team wants to contribute to, and SGS knows like they are trying their best, but they're just walking into all these little traps. Like Kai Ling going in for just a small little ward here, and a poke in the process. Twin Shadows. Who are you gonna call when the ghosts come in? They get Shin onto one side. Everyone trying to get rid of. Oh my god, they spread it to Chawi.
And he takes a piercing shot into the face.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird movement from them, giving Chawi the chains of conduction. Well, it felt like conduction.
Yeah.
It was the chains of corruption. They got hit by that, and it's gonna give Fuluis a big chance to finally get that mid lane turret.
Yeah, and they're just gonna go in because the mid lane turret is already so low. I don't think SGS is able to rotate to defend this turret, and it seems that SOF is just gonna tank this turret and Violet just putting on the damage.
Yeah, this is an easy one for these guys. Nothing that SGS can do to kind of counteract this game. I mean, it's looking really, really difficult. As Shin kind of levels up and gets those items rolling, he's 479 with the Nashor's, with the Gwynsu's Rage Blade. Now, Rage Blade is not a common item you see, and so in case you guys don't know, it does give this massive like lifesteal bonus once it go a bit low. Yep. There we go. Falling below 50%, yet 20% AS, 10% LS, and SV until end of combat. That's a lot of stats.
Yeah, a lot of lifesteal, and the hybrid damage coming out from kill is something that I don't think SGS is ready for at this moment, because you can see that they're both main initiators actually have the parts of the Randuin's Omen, because they definitely want the attack speed slow to come in on Shyvana, Varus, as well as Kayle.
Yeah. Overall, it's looking really, really difficult for these guys. SGS going for the bot lane push out. Chawi gotta go plant those mushrooms mushroom flavored dumplings, I guess.
Mushroom flavored.
I was gonna say mushrooms and I totally forgot about it once again. We're gonna sit in this brush, getting one of those tongzes inside. Oh, coming with the double stun! Lolita flying to the backline. This is amazing, missing out the dark fight. Kyling as well, dropping really low. This Crow Storm ain't doing much for them. Lolita going down to half health. Hallelujah as well. What's it looking like? Shin, no, going for all the splash. And SOFM should be able to follow up. Gets the speed boost from the kill. Heal. He hits on the Cryonics and decides to do some fancy V moves there.
V moves.
I just saw it, I was like, whoa, pretty cool.
Draws a V. V for victory.
V for victory, and it looks...
They're calling the win early, huh?
It looks like it because these guys are now in a superior position. 5 on 4. They got Chowie, main priority target. Once you get rid of that DPS from him, I wonder if this one appears on that Twitch stream where they just stream Teemo deaths all day.
Yeah, highlight reel of Teemo deaths.
Yeah, highlight reel of Teemo deaths.
Ouch.
My favorite ones.
Yeah, and he didn't get the Zonias off like you were saying, and that's because they just had so much damage and he wasn't expecting that. I think it was a flash auto attack from Shin and that just picked up Teemo.
Yeah,
and as we speak, with that 4v5 advantage, well, Chowie has already respawned. They are actually going for this Baron as fast as possible, and SGS is ready to respond for this.
This could be it, this could be it. It's a make or break for Neolution. Oh, A-Drop!
Amazing
He
spine.
steals the Baron. Mew goes really low. Ben W picks up this kill at the backline. Just a really nice one-to-one. Chowie plants that mushroom. They flash across the Lolita, tagging onto him like a boss. He's gonna pop that Zonia's juice. Pops the Zonia's, but still in between a rock and a hard face. Flashes across the wall. Ben W stuck though. Oh my god, and really close. The tendrils capture him, and that's about it.
And a max range chain of corruption actually manages to pick up Chowie. And yes, they stole the Baron, but they lost that fight 1-4.
A Baron means nothing if you can't win your fights, and you effectively lose the biggest stat that you get from the Baron buff, which is the regeneration, which could have been so quintessential in helping them get more objectives. So as it stands, Neolution, man, they are on a roll. The damage count from Varus has been ignored for way too long, and the frontliners, Shin has enough damage to take out anyone in his face.
Yeah, the amount of damage that's actually pouring out on the side of Neolution Full Lewis is more than enough to just handle SGS, because SGS hasn't been spectacular in the sense, oh, look at Violet stepping onto that dumpling, taking so much damage.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, Shin being an extreme threat, he does hybrid damage at this moment. He's not really building for AD, but the fact that he has Grinsu's Rage Blade and the National 2, he can just shred all day.
Yeah,
and
that's the thing.
He's building to the death cap as well, and that's going to be very worrisome the moment he actually completes it. And you said earlier, Violet can just destroy.
Oh, Kylie gets hit here by the Sonic Wave. Gets feared in the process though, so that's one CC down. They're waiting this out. Will they? Oh, still getting the... Looks like the Smite Wars, he ain't Saint Vicious.
Yeah,
and
not Saint Vicious.
Yeah, Hallelujah. Really well. He's Hallelujah doing really, really well. I'm loving how they've been doing this the whole day so far, and Lolita getting super, super tanky. I expect her to build maybe a tagging item now that she's finished up the base resistances. You can always go for the Frozen Mallet or even the Triforce now. Even if it's never too late for the Twin Force when you are playing Shyvana.
Yeah, and the fact is that, like you said, Shyvana building tanky just means that Neolution Fluid feels that their threats are enough, and the fights have been proving it.
Yeah, it has definitely been proving it. What I can say though is that Kayle, you were saying how she does hybrid damage, and it just synergizes so well because you can't really spec up against a kill that easily. You need more than one defensive item because of how her passive works, right? It shreds off the armor and mag percentage-wise.
And Violet's going to be super happy for the armor shred because right now he's just dealing so much damage.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. SOFM still very strong on the front line. He's picking up probably a Guardian Angels real soon.
Yeah, actually, most likely it's going to be the Guardian Angels because the Negatron is where the Chain Vessel. He's just going to go in, maybe kick Teemo away, kick someone away using the Dragon's Rage and just die.
Yeah, go
it's
for the high
fine.
initiation, yeah.
Because the utility that actually Lee Sin brings to his team is more than enough, and he doesn't have to be tanky anymore because of the mobility that it brings, and the fact that Lolita, with the Dragon's Home coming in, can just wreck face on this. And SGS decides to give up their final outer turret because minions are just rolling into the base.
Lolita's gonna take that one. Yep, Lolita's gonna tank it up. Full style man mode while Shin will be able to heal up in just a bit using her W, which is the Divine Blessing. That's right. Always forget that one. Shin going in there. They are really being man on this one. And what can Chowie do? The thing about a Chowie mushroom is that it'll only work best outside of the base. When you're defending it, it's one of those ultimates that doesn't prove to be superior.
Yeah, and we were talking in the pre-game, the reason that they picked Teemo and the reason that they had such early game junglers and very strong laning phases
is they want to close out.
is because they want to close out the game early, and the game has almost hit the point in which the AD carry on the side of Neolution Full Lewis is definitely too much for them to handle at this moment. Teemo is not one of the best champions to actually burst down a carry, and now the fact that SGS does not have an AD carry is going to be extremely detrimental for them. They did not manage to win out in the early game, and the chances in which SGS can win out in the late game seems very dire at this moment.
Yeah, I think really bleak for these guys. I will say though that if they can get a nice catch with a Cryonics explosive cast in the base, it can usually turn the fights around. You can single out a big target you need, and as long as Kale doesn't have the ability or the range to use intervention onto one of your pushback carries, then you should be okay.
Yeah.
So that's all hype, like just theoretical. And as it stands, Neolution Full Lewis has been bulldozing their way through these fights.
Yeah, but we have seen the 4-man knockup from Hallelujah, as well as a great explosive cast coming in from Cryonics. And if they can actually lock up one of the carries on the side of Neolution Fluids, they still are able to take those team fights.
Yeah, they might stand a good chance. In fact, I really do think there is hope in this game. I mean, maybe it's the inner Singaporean in me, but I never give up on SGS.
Yeah, I never give up on SGS.
Yeah,
but
so
as casters, we have to tell the truth. And if SGS is losing, which they are at this moment,
the Twin Shadows come in, they seek out, oh, Shyvana, they're taking it like a bro. Because he has the burnout for the extra MS, it doesn't really matter that much. And forcing Hallelujah to use the Dark Flight backwards. SOFM coming from the side, trying his best, forcing Hallelujah to burn that flash across the Wraith wall. That's one Summoner spell down. And that was all just from psychological war mind game.
yeah.
Really good for them. Baron up in a minute while the rest of Neolution trying to busker their way down, push the lane in, and hopefully do a rotation bottom.
Yeah, and as the inhibitor responds, they're most likely going to try to tag this.
They get down to Ben W. SOFM staying real low. So a few pokes, not much damage coming in from either of these guys, but Violet is enough to begin this fight. A double man stun. Chowie gets hit, forced to burn the flash. Cryonics there, going real low, takes the exhaust to the face. Chowie walking in the burnout, not the best place to be in, and Violet picks up Hallelujah for the start. Lolita being the dragon. Everyone's been using, apparently they're all Dragonborn. So good, the damage has been phenomenal, and they actually might have a chance of just saying, GG, well played.
Yeah, and it seems that, you know,
back in.
Neolution Full Lewis definitely do not want to risk this at this moment because they are just happy taking the objectives, and I think after this inhibitor, they will choose to back off because the Baron is spawning in another 15 seconds.
That's right, and Chowie's trying to come from the side, a bit of damage onto him. That's good. They're going to swing up. I don't know whether they want to just sit here and camp for the Baron. It might be good, it might be bad. Vision control is still theirs, so they have a good chance of coming out of this one.
Yeah, Hallelujah hasn't respawned yet, and I don't think he'll make it in time to actually pull off that amazing smite steal he did in the previous Baron. So this might be the first Baron of the game that Neolution Full Lewis actually picks up.
Coming in, they're going to go for the stun. Are they going to go for the stun? No, Mew holds it back until the Baron is down. This is an amazing move for these guys. They can just start the fight. Mew waiting for the opportune moment. Chowie too far in front.
And SGS actually wanted to take the fight to Neolution Full Lewis, and I think it's going to be a very dangerous call if they do. And we have Chowie actually chasing Mew using the Twin Shadows and proccing it, and it seems he's just going to back off.
Yeah, the other goes at the herpy derp there.
Yeah, herp derp. And Neolution Full Lewis now having the Baron buff with on all 5 members. SGS is just going to take the consolation prize of the Dragon, I think.
Well, they can try to, and it might still not be the best decision because it's going to allow them, the rest of Neolution to kind of just go down and be ready for them. There is no element of surprise in trying to get at least a catch on these carries.
Yeah, never give up.
Never give up. Never give up. We are Legion? Is that the line? Yes, something like that.
Oh.
So Chowie here moving down into the mid lane, has the red buff. I just don't know how effective it is because yes, he's got the big items. the Void Staff, the Liandries. So high penetration, that's going to be effective in shredding most of their MR away. But still, there's no frontline tanky enough for him to stick around. Because as we saw, even Ben W and Hallelujah can easily be torn apart by Violet at the moment.
Yeah. I think they do not have anyone to deal with Violet. We saw in the earlier engagement, they tried to go on to Shin. And Shin, yes, they got the knockup, but Shin just popped his Divine Intervention. And even though the explosive cast put him in an extremely bad position, SGS couldn't do anything.
Yeah, a lot of misplays, I would say, coming in just now. Missing crucial skill shots like the body slam, couldn't proc any of that slow. And that's part of the CC combo that Gragas brings to the table.
Yeah, and the problem now that SGS face is that if they manage to pick out anyone, a single target, which is what they are planning to do with their CC combo as well as the displacement combination itself, all Shin has to do is just use Divine Intervention on that person and the entire engage potential from SGS just falls flat.
That's true, and here we go. They are going to try to push out this wave. Gragas with the barrel roll will help just elevate some of that pressure, but with Shin on Kale, it's just a matter of time before they get enough damage down on this.
Yeah.
Oh, SOFM going deep on this one. 6 tons of damage has his GA. He's forcing the rest of SGS to react, but unfortunately he went, I think, it's just the wrong time, and Full Lewis was not able to capitalize on that with extra turret damage.
Yeah, and look at the super minions flowing in from the top and the mid lane. They have to send Hallelujah to actually deal with the super minion wave. I think the super minions already took down one Nexus turret, and there we have that Nexus turret falling down. And once again, they have to respond to that super minion wave, and Neolution Full Lewis will just brute force their way into the base of SGS.
Oh, this is a brilliant one. Lolita going for the back, trying to catch Carry out, Triumph also dropping extremely low. This is just Neolution on a spree, and Violet. Oh, this one's going to be a double kill and only another one for Shin. And with that, wow, Neolution take a game off of Singapore Sentinels. Despite all the plays that came out this one, it was just Neolution being super boss in their picks.
Yeah, SGS may want to reconsider their Teemo pick at this point of time because it seems that teams are definitely prepared with that Teemo pickup anymore. It's no more something that they feel it's unorthodox because, well, SGS has just been picking Teemo all day.
Well, I guess it also has the fact that Mew got a lot of early snowball, and that gave him the very, very early Oracle. That early Oracle set Teemo so far behind because, I mean, the Batang means nothing if you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.